Hi, I'm Paul Cruz, the proud superintendent of the Austin Independent School District. And thanks for joining in with my superintendent check-in. So this is an opportunity where we highlight some of the key elements of opening this next school year. And so today it's all things athletics. So I've actually asked one of our colleagues to be with me here tonight. We have a special guest.
Hello, I'm Lil Anderson, Athletic Director for Austin ISD.
And I know Coach Anderson has done a wonderful job over time. He's actually one of our coaches, one of our schools, before taking on the leadership role that he's held now for several years, and done an amazing job. And so, Leo, so many families are asking, so are we going to have athletics? Are we going to have sports? And what are the safety protocols? So what's your response with that?
So thank you for that question, Dr. Cruz. So the plan is, yes, we do plan to have athletics upcoming this fall. As most people may know or may not know, we are currently under a city order to not have any athletics as of right now. And that is in effect until September 7th. So we plan to start as soon as that order is completed, which would be September 8th with practices. We're currently planning to have games for all of our fall sports, which include football, volleyball, cross country, and team tennis. So we do plan to play upcoming sports this fall. And of course, we're following all the safety protocols as well to make sure our athletes are healthy and safe so that they can practice and participate when their season starts.
So that has certainly been a question, and we are in Texas. This is around football time, and kids are excited about that. So anything else to add on that as far as our current situation and how that's going to impact games or competitions? Any other additional information you want to share along those lines?
Yes, and we know football is a very popular sport here in Texas, and the UIL is the governing agency that governs all the sports here in Texas, and we've been working closely with them to get guidelines and direction from them in terms of what the season would look like. And as you know, this is a day-by-day and case-by-case basis in terms of what we're able to deal with in terms of COVID-19. And so, in fact, they made an announcement just earlier today about moving the season back for our 5A and 6A schools. And so that is actually something that we're working through those schedules now. We're still able to get in a full season for our 5A and 6A teams, and we're excited about that. And our 4As are making adjustments to the schedule in terms of which games they'll be able to play in. And so it's an everyday thing. We're constantly monitoring and making updates to our schedule and letting our families and fans and our student athletes know what's going on.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that, because while we have our school district board policies and administrative policies and practices, we also follow the Texas Education Agency. We also have local city and county health officials and leadership. And there's also UIL, that is other guidance and expectations that we need to follow. So if students are not going to be participating in person for some of these activities, how will online classes work?
That's a great question, Dr. Cruz. And in fact, we've had some experience with our online classes starting all the way back in March when we had to pivot to online instruction. It was something that obviously everyone had to do at the start of COVID-19. And so we have been through some of that. And that's what we'll start the school year with, especially given the order that we're under. We have a number of different resources that we've supplied to our coaches and our kids throughout, from March until now. And we're actually working on additional resources as well to provide them with an opportunity to learn, to grow, to compete, and to work out. And in fact, what our coaches have been doing, kind of largely two large buckets, right? They've done online workouts with all of our student athletes. That's something that's been very important to keep them in shape, to keep them their skills ready to go and compete when we are able to come back with the season. And in addition to that, also our online character development piece. That's something that's been very important to us in teaching some of the life lessons that athletics can teach you. And so they've been focused on those areas since March. And again, we will continue to focus on those areas. And as you know, we got a chance to do some of our summer strength and conditioning workouts as well. So we did get a chance to meet in person and go through all of those list of protocols that anybody would need to follow in order to have some of those workouts. And our coaches did those successfully as well. And so we're not able to do that at this moment, but we do plan on resuming with in person as soon as it's allowed. And that's something that we're looking forward to. But in the times that we can't, we will pivot back to the online resources that we provided for our coaches and kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that you've always kept student safety at the forefront, but just overall wellness. And we know how important this is for students' overall wellness. And I know that's very important to you. And I appreciate your sharing those words. So right now in our athletics department, we are planning for students who are in athletics or coming into athletics. That's around 81,000 students. So if parents want or students want specific information about their school or their school activities, what should they do?
That's a good question as well. We always try to reach out and keep our parents and our kids informed. But again, you can't over communicate, especially in times like these when things are changing so often and so quickly. So the first thing that I would recommend that if any of your student athletes have questions, they can reach out to their coach of their team about what should we do, what can we do, what resources are available. So that would be the first point of contact. The second point of contact, you can reach out to your campus athletic coordinator. They oversee all of the sports at their specific campus. Or you can reach out to us here at the athletic office. And we have a great website that you can reach out to as well. It's austinisd.org/athletics. We have information on there as it pertains to our programs that we operate. So we have a multitude of different ways to reach out. There's also our social media, our handles that we have there that we put information out. So there's a multitude of different ways to reach out and connect. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us as well. We get a chance to answer those messages. We always try to reach back and get a response to you within 24 hours. 24 to 48 hours is our goal. And things are changing a lot. So one thing we've tried to commit to was have constant communication with our coaches and kids as we go throughout this time of change. And that's not always easy to do that, but we've been committed to doing that and to try to keep everyone informed in terms of what's going on. Absolutely.
And Coach Anderson, I appreciate your leadership. You're working through these very challenging times. I know I'm going to miss Thursday, Friday night football. I know you as well. I know that's where we happen to have a lot of good conversations and dialogues right there on the football field. So, but I appreciate everything you're doing to keep things going for our students, our staff, and our families. I appreciate your leadership. Thank you for being on my check-in for today to talk all things athletics. As we know, information here presented here today will also be on our COVID website where folks can follow up on some of the key information that you shared with us. So thank you so much, Coach Anderson.
Well, thank you, Dr. Cruz, as well. And I do enjoy those conversations. And we all hope that very soon we're able to get back out there on the field and on the court and in the pool so that all of our kids are coming back and competing and we get a chance to visit in person. So if you're out there, please wear your mask and let's try to get this back to a place where we can all go out and compete and enjoy each other's time face to face and in person. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Dr. Cruz.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach Anderson. Thank you so much.